As our story begins, we find the land of Canaan in the grip of severe famine. The vast stretches of once fertile lands are now barren, and the crops have withered away, leaving behind a desolate landscape. This famine, a harsh test of survival, has gripped not only Canaan but also the surrounding regions, pushing people to the brink of desperation. In the heart of Canaan, we find Jacob and his family bearing the brunt of this famine. Jacob, the patriarch, is deeply concerned about the well-being of his family. The famine has depleted their food supplies, and with no respite in sight, Jacob is faced with a tough decision. With a heavy heart, he instructs his sons to embark on a journey to Egypt, the only place where grain is available. He urges them to buy enough grain to sustain their family, hoping to see them through this period of extreme hardship. And so, the brothers, except for the youngest Benjamin, prepare to set out for Egypt. But why does Jacob withhold Benjamin, you may wonder? Jacob's decision is driven by a deep-seated fear. The memory of losing Joseph, his beloved son, still haunts him. He fears that harm might befall Benjamin if he were to accompany his brothers, a risk he is not willing to take. So, Benjamin, the youngest, and now Jacob's most cherished son, stays behind, while his brothers undertake the perilous journey to Egypt. This decision, though born out of a father's protective instinct, is laced with a poignant irony. For it is in Egypt where Joseph, presumed dead by his father and brothers, holds a position of great authority, and it is towards him, unknown to them, that the brothers are headed. Little did they know this journey to Egypt would lead to an unexpected encounter. An encounter that would test them in ways they never imagined, and set the stage for a powerful narrative of remorse, redemption, and reunion. As we delve deeper into this story, let's prepare ourselves for a journey filled with surprising twists and turns. A journey that reveals the profound wisdom of these ancient scriptures. Our scene shifts to Egypt, where Joseph, now governor, oversees the distribution of grain. Amid the throngs of people seeking to alleviate their hunger, a familiar group approaches. Unbeknownst to them, the ruler they approach is their own brother Joseph, whom they had sold into slavery many years ago. They bow down before him, just as Joseph had dreamt in his youth. The fulfillment of this dream, however, is far from a triumphant moment for Joseph. Instead, it's a poignant reminder of the rift that tore his family apart. Yet, he chooses to keep his identity concealed, a decision that is as intriguing as it is significant. Why does Joseph choose to hide his true identity? Perhaps it is a mixture of emotions that hold him back, a cocktail of shock, pain, and uncertainty. Or maybe it's a strategic decision, a chance to test his brother's character and sincerity. After all, these are the same brothers who, driven by jealousy, cast him into a pit and sold him into slavery. Their arrival, their bowing, the echo of his childhood dreams, it all stirs a whirlwind of emotions within Joseph. But he remains steadfast, maintaining a stern exterior. He has a plan, a test for his brothers, and this unexpected encounter is just the beginning. Joseph's decision to hide his identity from his brothers is not just about seeking revenge or playing a cruel joke. It's about seeking truth and reconciliation. It's about testing whether his brothers have changed, whether they have grown out of their past jealousy and cruelty. This encounter sets the stage for a test of character and sincerity. It marks the beginning of a journey of self-discovery for the brothers, a journey that will challenge them to confront their past actions and present sincerity. As we delve deeper into this narrative, we'll see how this unexpected encounter triggers a chain of events that will ultimately lead to redemption and reconciliation. In a surprising turn of events, Joseph accuses his brothers of espionage. A startling accusation indeed, but let's delve into this unexpected twist in our narrative. Joseph, the very brother they had sold into slavery, now stands before them in a position of power. Unknown to them, he is the very person they need to appeal to for their survival. But instead of a warm reunion, Joseph confronts them with a stern accusation. He alleges that they are spies who have come to Egypt to see the nakedness of the land, to exploit its vulnerabilities. The brothers, taken aback by the sudden accusation, vehemently deny it. They claim to be honest men, the sons of one man in the land of Canaan. They speak of their younger brother left at home and another who is no more. Little do they know that the no more is standing right in front of them, listening, understanding, and testing them. Joseph, however, remains unmoved by their protestations of innocence. He demands proof. He insists that they bring their youngest brother Benjamin to him. Benjamin, the only other son of Rachel, is Joseph's only full brother. He is the tangible evidence of their truthfulness. The presence of Benjamin would confirm their story and demonstrate their honesty. The brothers find themselves in a tight spot, a precarious situation. They have been accused of being spies, a grave charge in any land, more so in a foreign one. They now have to bring their youngest brother to this stern, powerful ruler as proof of their innocence. Unbeknownst to them, they are being tested by the very brother they had wronged, a brother who still harbors love for them, but needs to see if they have changed. Unaware of Joseph's true identity, the brothers find themselves in a precarious situation. They are caught between the rock of the ruler's demand and the hard place of their father's fear of losing another son. As we leave them in this dilemma, we wonder what the next chapter holds for them. Will they prove their innocence? Will they bring Benjamin? Only time will tell. In the face of accusation, the brothers express their remorse for their past deeds. It's a moment of profound introspection, a stark contrast to the deceit and jealousy that once defined their relationship with Joseph. They find themselves in the throes of guilt, the weight of their actions pressing heavily on their hearts. There's a fascinating dynamic at play here. The brothers, unaware of Joseph's true identity, speak freely among themselves. They express regret, a deep-seated remorse for the distress they caused their younger brother all those years ago. They recount the memory of Joseph's pleas for mercy, a haunting echo of a past they can't escape. Now, they attribute their current predicament to their past misdeeds. It's a moment of accountability, an acknowledgement of the consequences of their actions. They see their present trials as a form of divine retribution, a measure of justice for the pain they inflicted on Joseph. And all the while Joseph is listening. Cloaked in his Egyptian identity, he stands as a silent observer to their confession. He hears their remorse, their guilt, their regret. It's a poignant moment, a stirring testament to the transformative power of accountability. Yet Joseph remains silent. He keeps his true identity concealed, his emotions veiled behind the facade of an indifferent ruler. It's a testament to his strength, his resilience. He's come a long way from the naive dreamer sold into slavery by his own brothers. Now he stands as the governor of Egypt, a man of influence and power. But beneath the surface, Joseph is moved. The remorse of his brothers, their confession, affects him deeply. It's the first step towards reconciliation, a glimmer of hope for a future of unity and healing. Their words of remorse and guilt echo in Joseph's ears as he prepares for the next step. It's a turning point in the narrative, a moment that sets the stage for the trials to come. As we journey further into this incredible tale, we'll see how remorse and accountability serve as catalysts for change, for redemption. Joseph takes action, detaining Simeon and setting conditions for his release. As the tale unfolds, we see Joseph's wisdom and discernment at play. With a firm but fair hand, he detains Simeon, providing a tangible consequence to their past actions. This isn't an arbitrary decision, but a strategic one, designed to test the integrity and sincerity of his brothers. Joseph doesn't just detain Simeon, he lays down conditions for his release. He tells his brothers to return with Benjamin, the youngest, underscoring the gravity of his demand. This isn't a mere request but a requirement, a non-negotiable condition that must be met. By doing so, Joseph is setting the stage for a revealing encounter, one that will bring to light the true character of his brothers. He's not interested in empty promises or mere words. He seeks evidence of their sincerity and honesty. With one brother bound, the others set off on a journey fraught with anxiety and uncertainty. A discovery in their sacks brings a new wave of fear and confusion to the brothers. As the brothers embark on their journey back to Canaan, they stop for a night's rest. It's here, under the cool desert sky, that one brother opens his sack to feed his donkey. To his surprise, he finds his silver, the exact amount he paid for the grain, sitting right at the top. The sight of the returned silver sends a shiver down his spine. His heart races as he shows his brothers the unexpected find. This sudden turn of events leaves them stunned. Fear grips their hearts as they question each other, and themselves, about this inexplicable occurrence. They wonder, what is this that God has done to us? The silver, instead of bringing relief, becomes a symbol of an unseen danger, a potential trap they've unwittingly walked into. They question the motive behind this mysterious act. Could it be a test, a trap, or a divine sign? The silver, which was supposed to be a simple means of exchange, has now become an enigma, a puzzle they're unable to solve. The silver coins, gleaming under the moonlight, seem to mock their confusion and fear. The brothers, who left Egypt with a sigh of relief, now find themselves ensnared in a new predicament. They're plagued by uncertainty and the fear of the unknown. They worry about the consequences of this unexpected turn of events. Will they be accused of theft? Will they be forced to return to Egypt? The questions swirl around in their heads, leaving them anxious and apprehensive about their future. This incident, however, is more than just about the silver. It's a mirror reflecting their guilt and fear. It's a reminder of their past actions and a test of their integrity. The silver in their sacks is not just a physical object, but a catalyst for a spiritual and moral dilemma. This mysterious incident leaves them wondering what could possibly happen next. As they pack up their sacks, the brothers can't help but feel a sense of foreboding. The road back home suddenly seems longer and fraught with uncertainty. The silver, once a symbol of prosperity, is now a harbinger of trials yet to come. Back in Canaan, Jacob struggles with the loss of another son and the prospect of risking his youngest. The brothers return home, their hearts heavy with the burden of their journey. They recount their ordeal to their father, detailing their encounter with the Egyptian ruler, the accusation of espionage, and the demand to bring Benjamin to prove their innocence. The loss of Joseph years ago still stings in Jacob's heart. The thought of another son, Simeon, now left behind in a foreign land fills him with dread, but the proposition of sending Benjamin, his youngest, into the unknown is a risk he's reluctant to take. This is a test of faith, a battle between fear and trust, an emotional tug-of-war Jacob must resolve. Jacob's heart aches, his sons are his world, and now he's been asked to risk one for the other. He's torn between the safety of Benjamin and the return of Simeon. This is a father's torment, a heart-wrenching decision no parent should have to make. The anguish is palpable, the fear is real, but in the midst of it all, there's a glimmer of hope, a whisper of redemption that echoes in the back of Jacob's mind. He ponders on the events, the mysterious return of their silver, the stern conditions set by the Egyptian ruler, the potential danger that lies ahead. He's caught in a state of indecision, the weight of his choices bearing down on him. It's a poignant moment, a raw display of a father's love, a testament to the trials and tribulations of family and faith. Jacob's anguish marks the end of this chapter, setting the stage for the next phase of their journey. His struggle is a mirror of our own, a reflection of the challenges we face in life. It's a reminder that even in the midst of turmoil, there's hope, there's potential for redemption, and there's a promise of a brighter tomorrow.